Good evening, board members and residents. I'd like to call to order our regular board meeting for Monday, February 27, 2023. I'd ask that everyone present please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Witt, will you please take the roll call?
Yes, Mr. Batkins.
Here.
Mr. Brado. Here. Mr. Olgiati.
Here.
Mrs. Rose.
Here.
Mr. Tominello.
Here.
Mr. Witt. Here. Mr. Verkowski.
Here. Next on our agenda is the approval of the consent agenda, including the approval of the regular board meeting minutes of February 13th, 2023, approval of the bills in the amount of $424,843.32, and approval of the January 2023 revenue and expenditure report. Unless there are any amendments, I'd be looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Is that Mr. Batkins?
Yes. Support.
Support by Mr. Tominello. Discussion. Hearing none and seeing no public comment, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Board. Next is approval of the regular agenda. Are there any amendments to the regular agenda? Hearing none, I'd be looking for a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Support.
Get a motion by Mr. Olgiati with support by Mrs. Rose. Discussion. Hearing none and seeing no public comment, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you, Board. Motion carries. Next, announcements. Our treasurer's office still has discounted Metro Park passes available for residents for $35, which is a $5 discount. Our library always has great events. For more information on these and other great community events, you can visit their website at htlibrary.org. You can call them 586-329-1261 or email them at librarian@htlibrary.org. Our senior center also features many different great programs throughout the month. The senior center calendar can be found on the township website under the senior center tab. Also, please remember that when L'Anse Creuse schools are closed for inclement weather, our senior center is closed as well. For more information on times, closures, and events, please call Jen, our coordinator, at 586-466-1497. A reminder, on the first full week of each month, GFL Environmental Services will collect properly prepared brush at the curb or road right-of-way on your regular collection day. Residents will be required to place trimmed brush and branches at the curb road right-of-way. Please place butt ends toward the street, neatly stacked with branches not exceeding 2 to 3 inches in diameter or 12 feet in length. Yard waste, such as bagged leaves, will not be collected until April 1st of each year, and that ends on the Friday of the second full week in December. Also, please note that township emails and our township website has switched over to the more secure mi.gov domain. You can still access all township staff by using the first initial and last name, followed by Harrison Township mi.gov, no spaces or dashes. For more information on these, as well as all other township events, you can always call the supervisor's office at 586-466-1445. Visit our website at harrisontownshipmi.gov or follow us at Twitter on HarrisonTWPMI. At this time, I'd like to turn over announcements to Mrs. Paula Rose regarding some thank yous and appreciations.
Yes. So last year, 2022, the Parks and Rec Department really relied heavily on sponsorships from businesses and families, and every year we like to just acknowledge who they were. So I'm just going to run through the list, and then we do have some in attendance today, so we'll be presenting them with a token of our appreciation. We had a HEPA 371 Senior Housing, Beechwood Townhouses, Daisy Salon Studios, Fox Manufacturing, Freedom Boat Club, Gemini Electric, Huron Point Yacht Club, the Jefferson Street Pub, Kirk and Huth, Lambrick Marina, Luigi's Original, Legacy Partners, Northern Industrial Manufacturing, PGS Dentistry, Shane Brown of Raymond James, Sportsman Direct, Total Sports, and US Auto. So as you can see, I mean, it's quite a mix, and we really relied heavily on these folks, their contributions, in order to put on, I think it was about 8 or 9 major events last year. New ones were like concerts in the park, 3 of them in the summer that went over really well, entertained a ton of people. We brought back Santa in-person visits, and I think this place was just packed out. It was an amazing turnout. So just all these little things added up to make it a better place to live and be, is Harrison Township. So Mr. Batkins and I are gonna come up here, and Jen, who's in the back there, who's the seniors coordinator and also serves on the Parks and Rec, is gonna take some photos as we present these awards. So let's have up first our Hero on Point Yacht Club. We've got they've got their name tags on, which really helps. Commodore Bob Cosenza, right here, and Vice Commodore Lonnie Chestnut, and then past Commodore Ed Bosendahl. I think I got it.
Good
Okay.
job.
So, as we do every year, we just wanted to give this to you as a token of our appreciation, as we talked earlier. Everything we do is for the kids and for the residents. So, here we go. We'd like to present this to you, and if we could, maybe just step back here towards this.
We'll go a little bit more towards Brian, Paula, and a little bit more. Everybody just look at me real quick. Thank you.
So, thank you. Thank you very much. Pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Appreciate it. We'd like to present you guys with the
Oh, wonderful, thank you so much.
I'll give that
The
to
money,
Paula.
just like you did your wife.
I'll be asking her tomorrow where to go.
Hold on, wait a minute. Can you get a picture of me holding it?
Just when you're not here,
We'll put that in there. You guys can take that back.
we'll be seeing you guys again for another year, that's great, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for everything you guys.
Pleasure
Thank
being
you.
Thanks for giving us the chance to help out the community.
Yeah, appreciate you. You're all done?
Thank you.
I'll email you the picture.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Legacy Partners.
And my tens,
Come on up, Legacy. We've got Michelle By, Peter Russinger,
Close enough, but good.
okay, and Alex Julia. All right. These guys are one of our platinum sponsors.
Yes, hi.
Michelle.
Michelle.
Hi, Brian. Pete Gross here.
Paula, nice to
Yes. So again, thank you all for what you do. It's, I don't know if you made it to any events, but one smile's worth everything, so we really do appreciate it.
Actually, they were at the Hallapalooza event, the trunk or treat.
So was everybody else in Macomb County.
Yes.
So,
I was a cat. I'm surprised no one recognizes me.
I was a good-looking bald guy. I didn't, so.
that must have been a heck of a costume.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all very much.
So much.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
We're on to some more good stuff.
Yes, we
See you,
will.
Michelle.
We will.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Paul. Thank you.
All right, next up, let's call up Dean Olgatti from Luigi's Original. Luigi's is just always there whenever we need anything. He's always willing to pitch in, and we couldn't do it without you, Dean. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Center on the.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All righty.
Thank you.
Keep your back down.
Don't forget. Almost out here on Christmas Day.
Last but not least, Mr. Huth, come on up. From Kirk and Huth, these guys again are one of those people that as soon as they hear we have a need, they're just popping up and donating money, and we thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Scooch over towards Dave this way, thank you so much.
But thank you all, really, really, really appreciate it all. Thank you.
For the turnout. Hey, great job. Oh, yeah, that's real nice.
Thank you.
It's a good thing you have 4 partners with that, so Rachel's name there.
You gotta go to work? Okay.
Thanks very much.
We do have one more announcement.
Okay.
This Saturday is our first event of the year. It's a bowling event. It's up at Total Sports. It's valued at $13, and we're only charging $5 a head. You get 2 games of bowling, shoes, pizza, pop, 3 hours. So plenty of time to bowl with the kids, the family. Nobody's gonna rush you out. It's a heck of a deal. I think there are still some spots open, so we would just recommend you go to the Harrison Township mi.gov website. You'll see the picture of the red flyer at the bottom there. Click on that, and there's a sign-up link that you can enter your name. If you can't pay ahead of time, it's okay. You can pay on the day of the event. So, yeah, it's a great way to kick the year off with an indoor event.
Yeah, nice family event this time of the year.
Yep.
Wonderful. And I would just like to say, just on behalf of each of the folks who are here, it's, we look, Huron Point brings another check already, so we know they're willing to support us. Legacy has been generous not only with this, but in the past, they've donated technology to the senior center. Luigi's helps not only in these events, but I know that seems like every time someone's doing a 5K for something and they need a little bit of food, Luigi's delivers a lot of food. And Mr. Huth, personally, I can say that I've had times when I get a call from a resident with a concern and just hey, I don't know what to do. This person's got a little need for some advice. I think he, in addition to his generosity, he's very generous with his time, and appreciative to everybody for everything they do to make our community a lot better place. Okay, next on the agenda.
Mr.
Oh,
Vickers, could I make an announcement?
yeah.
Okay, and I apologize, it'll take me a minute to read this, but I think I need to address our residents. So residents, I'd like to take an opportunity to address the current water meter and water meter reading device situation in Harrison Township. I fully understand that there are numerous residents that have been receiving estimated bills due to failed water meter reading devices, and many of you have been gracious enough to call the office and attempt to set up an appointment only to be told that we don't have product available at this time. And unfortunately, this is true. Our current system is coming to the end of its useful life, and since the worldwide chip shortage, this aspect of business in Harrison Township has been affected dramatically. The price of our current water meter reading devices has increased by over 50%, and the lead time has increased in excess of 5 months to get them if we can get our hands on them. So I do not believe that I'd be putting the best interest of Harrison Township residents first if I were to pour exuberant amounts of money into a system that is failing and continues to fail on a daily basis. My 2 account bookkeepers and myself have been soliciting information and quotes from reputable vendors to replace the current outdated failing system with a new, more economical, robust system that will provide more options to assist our residents and employees alike. I would like to take a minute to thank Alex and Jessica for all of their time and effort in search of the best system for our residents and our department. They have willingly gone above and beyond throughout this extremely long process. We look forward to meeting with Mr. Verkes, Mr. Witt, and Mr. Tominello in the very near future to present this astronomical amount of product information, and there's a lot of information that's been gleaned, gathered, and so that we can then collaborate and make the very best educated decision possible. We will then present this valuable information to this very board for their approval in the best interest of our residents. This has not been an easy task as technology evolves very quickly. The decision we make today could appear very different in the very near future. I want to assure you, we aim to provide our residents with a product that stands the test of time and provides the best possible service to our residents. In closing, I would like to say that I assure you we are working diligently and responsibly to resolve this long-standing problem. We will have a solution very soon. I ask our residents to continue to be patient for just a little longer
and to please be courteous to the water and sewer clerical staff as they are doing the best they can at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Okay. Hearing none, we'll move forward with our agenda. Item D1, I have a resolution that I'll read here. At a regular board meeting of the Board of Trustees for the Charter Township of Harrison for today, Monday, February 27th, following resolution was adopted, I hope. Whereas Pat Shy has served the residents of Harrison Township for 25 years, and whereas Pat Shy has exhibited his dedication to the community and for his dedication to his duties in the Water and Sewer Department, and whereas Pat Shy has spent many hours in extreme weather conditions performing the actions necessary to ensure water, sewer service to the residents of Harrison Township, and now therefore be it resolved that on behalf of the residents of Harrison Township, the Harrison Township Board of Trustees would like to thank Pat Shy for his many years of service, his commitment to being the best, and for being a part of the Water and Sewer Department and serving the residents with so much dedication. And now, also therefore be it resolved that on behalf of the residents of Harrison Township, the Board of Trustees wish to thank Pat Shy for his service to the community and to wish him a long life, happiness, and continued success in his future endeavors.
I'll make a motion adopting the resolution honoring Pat Shy.
All right, is there support?
Support.
Is that Mr. Brado?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay,
And it's not in the resolution, but Mr. Shy not only served our residents, but he served our community as a member of the armed services for a number of years, and I believe
Yes.
recently retired from there as well, so.
so not only in service to our residents in water and sewer, but also to our nation.
Yep.
And for that, we're grateful. Any other discussion?
I'm sorry, just as his department head, I would just like to thank Pat personally. I've worked with Pat my entire, 24 years and 6 months here. And he started 6 months before I did. So he obviously, in the beginning, was training me. We worked together throughout the years, and he did a great job. He's one of the good guys, and as you said, he also reached out to serve our country in a time of need. And he is our top senior guy that we're losing now. So, and there's quite a difference in seniority between he and the next individual down. So it's amazing. When you start here, you don't think things are going to go this fast, and sometimes you think it's dragging, but boy, does time fly, and I think we're all seeing that as life, skates by us. So I also wish Pat the very best with his family. I know he has new grandbabies, and he's looking forward to spending time there, so I wish you the very best, Pat.
Excellent. Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none, we have a motion by Mr. Witt with support by Mr. Brado to adopt this resolution. Mr. Witt, will you please take the roll call?
Yes, Mr. Witt, yes. Mr. Brado?
Yes.
Mr. Atkins?
Yes.
Mr. Olgiati?
Yes.
Mrs. Rose?
Yes.
Mr. Townell?
Yes.
Mr. Verkowski?
Yes. Let's see, our next agenda item, it says submitted by Mr. Witt, but I think this is am I missing something? This is,
We were
No,
out
we
of
had a
power
computer
and-
issue.
and a computer issue.
okay, good. So this is an item you'll present?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Board members, myself and Dave Newmer have been working diligently with Selfridge Air National Guard-based personnel. And we, as many of you I'm sure are aware now, that the sanitary sewer flows from Selfridge Air Base to us. And it goes to our second largest station, which is Prentice. From there, down the line to Coleridge to the interceptor of Macomb County. Selfridge has contacted us. The building that the sanitary sewer pump on Selfridge is in, they go by numbers, that's building 501. This building is extremely old. I mean, I've been in it. I was actually the one who replaced our meter the last time, and our meter is the very newest thing in this building. It's quite unbelievable. Really cool, but quite unbelievable. But it's in need of dire repair replacement. And so they've contacted us regarding whether another building, we can take the sanitary sewer from another building and reroute some things on base to off-site to us, or we build another sanitary sewer station on Selfridge property, or just they reroute their fence to put it on the outside so that we have full-time accessibility. As I said, they are more than willing to work with us. Dave Newmer and his team have given a quote here to do the engineering for a feasibility study, which is the first step. And they are supporting us in our effort for the defense grant, which in turn would pay for our Prentice sewer lift station. So we are working, it's just another great example of working hand in hand with a fellow entity. And I mean, there's not much better to work with, you know, than Selfridge Air National Guard Base. And I mean, you know, Candace Miller is in full support, you know, and she's running the Macomb County, and Selfridge is in full support. We just need to find out what is the most feasible way to do this, the most responsible and economical way to do this. So that's why I'm asking you to support this $31,000 venture that Mr. Newmer has put together for us.
Make a motion to approve Wade Trim to perform a feasibility study in order to provide options for Selfridge Air National Guard Base and Harrison Township Water and Sewer Department in an effort to allow both entities to be proactive in addressing infrastructure, pump station, and meter that delivers sanitary sewer flow to the base and the municipal sanitary system in the amount of $31,000 as proposed, with the Water and Sewer Department reimbursed from Selfridge as provided in information.
Support.
Got a motion by Mr. Witt with support by Mr. Tominello. And this is not only a reimbursement, so this is ultimately a cost borne by the base, but they are our customer. So this leads to presumably and hopefully, you know, many, many years of providing services to the base and providing them in the most efficient manner possible. So I think this is a step in the right direction. We did take a little bit of time to get some documentation that would provide reassurance to the board that the command staff is aware of this. And ultimately, this is probably due to some of the sourcing requirements of the federal government. This is a win-win. So it's going to cost them less money, and it assures that our engineer provides the services. So we're most assured that, say, if that pump station is outside of the fence and we have to maintain it, it isn't going to be designed by some third-party firm sourced by the federal government. It's designed by our own engineering firm so that if we do have to provide service to that pump station, it's designed with the same sorts of modular components that we would want to use. So definitely a win-win. Any questions or discussion on the motion? Hearing none and seeing no public comment, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, board members.
Thank you. And thank you for the effort that you put into this, Mr. Axtell.
You're very welcome.
Next on our agenda from the building department, regarding our building department fee schedules. We've reached the point in time where our building department needs to update their permit fee schedules. Some of you may recall that back in 2017, our prior deputy supervisor, Andrew Dimchik, as a part of his project for his master's program, studied the fee schedules from several different communities, and ultimately the board at that time approved a revision in the fee schedule in 2017. Obviously, since 2017, construction costs have increased dramatically, and our costs to do business and our labor fees have also increased. So we do believe it is time to adjust the fee schedule for the construction cost. After reviewing our current fees and our neighboring communities' fee schedules, the proposal from Mr. Condon and his staff in the building department is to revise the fee schedules according to what's attached. He did include a cover letter, kind of spells out what those changes would be. I know that one of the documents is an analysis of the cost of what it would be to build a home currently and what the fee structure would be and what the fee structure would be moving forward. If I were to give a Cliff's Notes version of the basic changes, we're looking at a $5 change in the inspection fee per inspection. So an increase of $5. And the other big change is a change of about, of going from using, I think it was the 2013 construction fee schedule to the International Code Council. And it's worth noting, Sterling Heights, Washington Township, Macomb Township, and Clinton Township all use the ICC, or the International construction cost, instead of the state of Michigan construction cost. ICC increases or revises that on an annual basis. The Michigan table that we're currently using has not been revised since 2013. So there is quite a bit of information here showing what those changes in the fee schedules would be, but ultimately it's $5 for each inspection. And I think the analysis for the home shows that if someone were to build what we would consider to be a typical home that we've seen in Harrison Township, and I think we had a total of 4 home permits last year. Current fee structure with the old council, or the old construction schedule, would be $2,305. That would go up to $3,437 in construction cost. So a mere fraction of what the total cost of construction is for the home.
And I think it's important to note that the ICC, the nice thing about that is that updates annually. So it's current to what actual economic conditions are. So if the cost of construction goes up or goes down, it moves with it. So if all of a sudden people are installing new homes for $50 a square foot or whatever, the fee automatically adjusts, whereas the state of Michigan's fee has been static for too long.
Yeah, clearly, and construction costs are currently much higher than they were in 2013. But by using that old table, we're using percentages of the cost of construction that are much lower. Again, and also, the increase is estimated based on the permit activity from last year. This is about $26,000 worth of additional revenue. This, even with this increase, the cost to operate our building department, because we are pretty much built out, and we're at a pretty much a limit of how many staff members we can have in that department, including all 3 trades inspectors at part-time basis. We still have to, this would still require us to augment the building department fund. So this isn't a profit, right? I mean, it still costs us money to operate the building department, even if we approve this fee schedule. And as you see in the board packet, the recommendation is to approve the proposed fee schedule as presented effective April 1st, 2023. So it's gonna take a little time for this to take effect, but this would be enough time for them to be able to update forms and put everything on the website. So are there questions, or is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to adopt I'm sorry, was there a date for effective?
April 1st.
April
April
1st.
1st, the new building department fee structure, effective April 1st, 2023.
Okay, is there support?
Support.
Okay, we've got a motion by Mr. Batkins with support by Mr. Brado. Any questions or discussions?
Mr. Witt, you said that changes, the ICC changes, it adjusts every year. So are these fees going to be fluid? Are they gonna change every year also, or are they gonna be basically kept the same?
So our fees for new construction are calculated as a percentage of cost of construction.
Okay.
So that's where we use these tables. So the percentage is static,
Okay.
but that cost of construction number would fluctuate again. And again, that part of it only covers, new construction. So we don't, as Mr. Burkett said, we had 4 new homes last year.
Okay.
You had maybe a couple of additions, so it's not, a ton of our permits that are actually impacted by this.
Okay, thank you.
I just wanted to comment that I thought it was a well-put-together package. I had no questions after reading it. It was very thorough and everything was well-marked, so thank you.
Yeah,
Made it
Brett,
easier.
Mr. Condon took a lot of time to label things,
Yeah.
color code things, to try to give you an idea, so you can kind of see it as it breaks down, and we're
Appreciate that.
Yep, appreciative for that. Any other discussion? Hearing none, we've got a motion by Mr. Badkins with support by Mr. Brado to adopt these revisions effective April 1st, 2023. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Board. Next is item F2 on our agenda regarding a dock. Board members, the residents at 37320 Jefferson have requested approval of a 4-foot by 60-foot open pile dock and a 14 by 14-foot boat hoist with a 2-foot by 55-foot catwalk around it, and also to install an 8-foot by 10-foot side lift style boat hoist. Install 2 wooden pile ice clusters and 6 individual wood spring piles. The applicants received the appropriate permits from the Department of the Army Detroit District Corps of Engineers on August 24th of last year, and also the permits from the Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes and Energy Water Resource Division, Part 325, on December 22nd of last year. We also have a recommendation letter from Wade Trim recommending that this extension into Lake St. Clair be approved. Are there questions, or is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve the construction of a 4x65 open pile dock and a 14x14 boat hoist with a 2-foot by 55-foot catwalk around it. Install an 8-foot and 10 by 10-foot side lift style boat hoist. Install 2 wooden pile ice clusters and 6 individual wood spring piles at 37320 Jefferson.
Is there support?
Support.
Got a motion by Mr. Witt with support by Mr. Olgiati. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none and seeing no public comment, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Board. Next on our agenda, item G1 from the Finance Department, Mr. Witt.
Yes, before us, we have our 2023 SMART grant application that we're required to complete each year. It's for the specialized services contract. We received $10,100. It's the same as it's been for the last several years. It helps fund our summer shuttle service. So we're recommending the board approve the specialized services contract for 2023 as presented.
I'll make that motion.
Is there support?
Support.
Got a motion by Mrs. Rose with support by Mr. Badkins. Any questions or discussion on the motion? Hearing none and seeing no public comment, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Next on our agenda is public comments. We'll open the floor for public comments. They can be about any subject you wish. We ask you try to limit them to 5 minutes in length.
Board members, residents, C. William Bardell, 26-year resident. Clean cut, do-gooder boy next door. Clean up, fix up, people helping people. Just real quick, want to just tell everyone, please check out Save Lake St. Clair Facebook. Follow, stay up to date on everything that's going on. And everyone, please stay safe. It's crazy weather. And we'll have more of it, and it'll be spring pretty soon. But everyone, stay safe, stay healthy. Thanks. Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you. You too. Seeing no other public comment, we'll close the floor for public comment. Move to back to board comment. Is there any board comments?
Just real, oh, sorry, Mr. Backins.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to mention to the board, in working with Mr. Axtell and Mr. Newmer, we submitted a grant application for a block grant for the sewer lining for Harrison and Trombley Streets down on the south end of the township for sewer lining. So when we hear back, I'll let you guys know, but those are the two that were selected based on need and fit with the funding, so.
Awesome.
I just wanted to mention, I should have mentioned it in the announcements, but April 22nd, 2023 is the cleanup. It's Earth Day, that's beautification. I just want to put it on everyone's calendar as soon as I can, so 4/22/23.
Earth Day cleanup.
Earth Day cleanup, yes.
Wonderful. Thank you. Any other announcements? Hearing none, I'd be looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, is there support?
Support.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, board members.
Thank you.